Hey, remember me? It's been a while, I know. In case you forgot, I'm Chris, the main guy on the channel. And yeah, I know you're probably wondering, A, why am I uploading a video on this channel since I told you I wouldn't be doing that anymore? And B, why the hell are we covering a recently released movie? We cover retro stuff. Well, those are very good questions, and I will answer them both now. Why am I uploading the video on this channel? Well, the whole reason that I wasn't uploading on this channel was because an agent told me not to. I've since spoken to a couple of different agents and they both agreed that it's good to have other content on your channel. So I guess we're going to be getting rid of the old other channel and coming back here. As for why we're covering a recently released movie, well, there's a couple of reasons. One, it's a recent movie, but it was done in a very old school fashion, a very retro fashion, not the way movies are made anymore. So we wanted to give it some love. We wanted to try something different. And most of all, because we had a very unique opportunity to interview one of the crew members. If you're familiar with Backrooms, you may have heard that a couple of the crew members got lost because the set was so huge and disorienting. We found one, and he's one of our crew members. So we're going to talk to him about his experience on the movie and what it was like getting lost in the back rooms. Anyway, hope you enjoy the review and the interview. Let us know what you think. I know it's not Transformers. I know it's not retro, but sometimes it's good to try and do something different, mix things up a little bit. So enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Retromania. Why is it special, you ask? Because for once we're not covering anything retro. So why the hell would we be doing that, you ask? Well, it's very simple, dear viewers, because there's 4 movies in the theater right now that I want to see, and they all have some sort of retro connection, retro connotations to them. The 4 movies are, oh, by the way, I'm Chris if you don't know. This is Annie the intern. You remember her from the episode she was in? Remember that one? I remember that one. Anyway, the movies in question are Backrooms, Obsession, He-Man, Masters of the Universe, and Scary Movie. The latter 2, it makes sense. Those are retro movies. Why are we covering 2 new movies, though, you may be wondering? Well, it's very simple. And feel free to chime in anytime. You know, don't let me talk over you.
You always do, but go ahead.
Talk in your next paycheck. Backrooms and Obsession. They're not, well, they kind of have retro stuff. I mean, before we get too into them, Backrooms is set in the 90s, set in 1990, so sort of retro related. But the reason why I want to cover those 2 movies is because the way that they were produced is unprecedented for Hollywood in this day and age. The filmmakers were 2 YouTubers, I think they're both 20 years old. I know
20 and 24, something like that.
Okay, one of them's a little older, but both first-time filmmakers. In both cases, the studio left these guys alone to actually make their movies, which, thank God, they're finally figuring this out, that people are sick of this corporate drivel that they've been shoving down our throats for the last decade and I don't even know how long. I'm not ranting, it's okay. I'm just explaining why we're covering these 2 movies, because they were shot in a way that movies are not shot anymore. So hopefully this is a sign of going back to a better time for filmmaking when there were actual auteurs, there were actual filmmakers, not just corporate boardrooms processing drivel. That's not to say that these are fantastic movies, we'll get into that, but the fact that they're actually letting the filmmakers make the films is why I wanted to do this special. And obviously the first 2 movies I mentioned, Backrooms and Obsession, they're very different from the latter 2 movies.
Isn't all of this anger they're having inside of us because they wasn't like hiring white people anymore to do movies? That's why you're like, we need to go back, like Trump, with America great again, stuff like that.
So anyway, the two movies that we were talking about, the first two, are very different from the last two. Masters of the Universe and Scary Movie, we're covering those just because I really like He-Man, and that's in line with our channel, and I really like Scary Movie, and it's a retro, you know, it's a remake, I think. I don't even know. We'll get into that. This first video, though, what are we going to do? Should we do? We'll do Backrooms first. Even though we saw Obsession first, Annie, the intern, was the last person here at Fanatic Films headquarters, down here in the casting dungeon, filing stuff. And I said, I want to go and see a movie. And I'm not going alone like a weirdo. So you're coming with me. And she said, will you pay me? Anyway,
Of course.
so let's get into Backrooms, shall we?
Really?
So Backrooms, if you don't know, was made by a guy named Kane something?
Really?
Kane Pixel, I think, is the YouTube channel. I don't know that much about the...
You should. You're making a review about the movie.
I don't know much about the source material. We're reviewing the movie, okay? Let's just, before you start typing, we're not reviewing the YouTube Backrooms project thing. We're reviewing the movie, okay? So save your comments if you're gonna start typing about how I don't know anything about Backrooms, because you're right, and I don't need to. The average moviegoer is not gonna know.
I think he should. How about it, guys?
Not gonna know all of the backstory. So to Backrooms. So we went in completely cold. You don't know it. You didn't know anything about it, did you?
Nope.
We went in completely cold. It's this guy's movie, or is this guy's YouTube show, and it's a movie version of it, as far as I know. So we went in completely cold. It's we're not going to get into spoilers, and if we do, we will. But we'll
How are we
put
not gonna get into spoilers?
well, we'll get into the spoilers later. We'll put a timestamp when there's going to be spoilers, so you can skip ahead to that. Anyway, Backrooms. Backrooms is a movie about backrooms. It's essentially a movie about a furniture store owner who discovers in the basement of his furniture store a portal. I guess you'd call it a portal? I don't know.
Something like that.
This isn't spoilers. We'll put the timestamp when we're going to get into spoilers. So this is just stuff that you can see from the trailer, I believe. He discovers another, it seems to be like a wormhole or something to another dimension, which is like an extension of his furniture store, that is just these really bizarre, if you're watching this, you've probably seen the trailer for it. It's these really off-putting looking rooms. Like, they're just bizarre. They're not like, they're very alien. Without adding anything foreign to it, they managed to make it look really alien because of the way the rooms are set up. Like, there's rooms with like half walls and like separating divider walls that don't go anywhere.
That part when they put it like that guy that is just like with the microphone talking different language, say like in Japanese, Chinese, English.
Yeah, this is a difficult movie to talk about without spoiling anything. So I think just to give it a really quick summary, finds the portal, he goes into this backroom dimension, madness ensues, and there's really not much else you can say about it without spoiling
I
it.
gave him a suggestion, but I don't know if I can say that here.
What? Kill myself?
No, we should go get edibles and watch it.
Oh,
That
yes.
makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Yet I don't do that usually.
Yeah. Well, I felt
But
like
I felt like
it did. It is very off-putting in a way, like that
Yeah.
makes you feel like you're high, even if
Yeah.
you're not. So if you're looking for a cheap thrill, we're gonna get into spoilers. But before we do, what do you think? Would you recommend this film?
oh really?
Why not? Without spoiling, just
What if I spoil? How
your
am I gonna
opinion.
do that? My opinion. Just depend on your expectation. Like you had a lot of expectation about that.
I did.
I think, especially, I think he's the youngest one, right?
Yes, Kane.
And I think he's the 20.
He's 20.
years old,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like I didn't got the idea of it. Like I got the idea of the time that like it's has no mercy with anyone, and that thing of more you remember, less remember. And I was thinking about it like this afternoon when I was driving my car. I was like, our body, any kind of machine, it's just like, even if you buy it and put it in the garage and never use it, eventually it's not going to be useful anymore, because time has no mercy to anybody.
I think that the overall filmmaking was excellent, especially for a first-time filmmaker. I can't recall if he directed this or produced it or what, but I know he had a heavy involvement in it. I know that there was a screenwriter brought in to punch up the script. So the atmosphere is exceptionally good. Cinematography exceptionally good. Lighting exceptionally good. The script, that's where I kind of personally, I would recommend going to see it. The quick capsule review, just for the sheer weirdness of it. It's worth seeing, I would say. Is it a good movie?
Go on Tuesday, it's cheap.
Yeah.
Just in case.
If you're a cheapskate. I don't know if I would say it's a good movie, but it's worth seeing, in my opinion. And you said no, basically, right? Or were you kind of on the fence for whether you'd recommend this to a person?
Yeah, I would not.
You wouldn't. Okay,
wouldn't.
So that's a one thumb up, one thumb down. Now,
just remind me that I know shit about movies.
Well, you know how to watch them. That's important.
Yeah.
You have eyes.
It's not that boring. Like it's most of them. It's usually, I think I got what you mean. Like I get what it means. Like most of them, it's kind of predictable. You can tell what's gonna happen. And that movie, it's like, yeah, it's like you mix some sort of alcohol with edibles and stuff like that.
You're really interested in edibles all of a sudden.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to look into your work history.
That's the feeling that movie gives.
It's very off-putting. It's very otherworldly.
It's out of the box, let's say.
Definitely out of the box. And I even felt weird after watching it. And I've had lots of psychedelic experiences.
I like it way more than Obsession.
Yeah, we'll get into Obsession next. Probably not right now, because we have to go see the aforementioned Masters of the Universe movie. But we're going to put the timestamp for where to skip to for the ending, because we're going to get into spoilers. It's going to be like text that comes up here. Anyway, so the guy goes into the backroom dimension. He's like, I thought one of the weird things, like the guy, the actor, he's one of my favorite actors. I can't say his name. Chitwell Ejiofor or something. So somebody's going to torch me in the comments for being racist. But I love that actor. He was in a movie called Serenity. He was awesome in that. Highly recommend that, by the way. He goes into the dimension, and I thought he was a little too curious about it and not horrified enough about it. Like he was amazing by that. He was like trying to draw and figure out, like, because he's an architect. He's an architect, yeah. And so he drew like a map. Was kind of fascinated to him. Yeah, he's very fascinated by it. Yeah, that's a good choice of words. At some point, he's saying like he feels like that where he should be. He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to change. Yeah. It's just a perfect place for him. So what the Backrooms are is kind of like I think the focal point for me, at least. I was like, what is this? Like, what is going to be the big reveal? And there really is. I mean, it kind of is revealed. We won't get into full spoilers. I'm not going to go see it. But they kind of explain some aspects of what the Backrooms are. It's essentially like a, I don't know, would you call it an entity? Like it's some sort of like, it's almost like a living thing that absorbs the people who come into contact with it. And possibly they die, but there's always a copy of them. There's always some sort of remnant of them in there. And the longer it seems like they're in there, the less human they become. Like one guy had like eyes all over his face. and a couple of noses. He had like, didn't he have like,
I didn't know.
I can't remember. He had like multiple.
I remember like multiple eyes, and the woman has like kind of her face was like.
Yeah, she was more human, but she was almost more disturbing because of that.
And what they mean with that, you can eat them.
The best part, you can eat them.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But I just wanted to say, before we do get into that, is the point of the movie is the longer something goes, like you were talking about time, the longer time goes, the less accurately something is remembered. Whether that be a memory, a photograph that fades, you know, video that wears out, whatever it is, over time it gets distorted. And that's basically what this dimension does, is it distorts things over time.
That's what our mind is actually.
Yeah, it's mostly about the human
all
psyche.
Of our memories, it's kind of some version that we have to ourselves. It's not actually the accurate reality. Somehow.
Unless you're me. I mean, I remember myself perfectly.
Oh, God. Yeah.
The dimension, to me, I was like, right away, I was like, this reeks of Stranger Things. Like the upside down, like it just made me think of that instantly.
Yeah, I thought that too.
And that's what it kind of is. Like it's, I mean, that's a very oversimplification of it, but it's similar in that regard.
To me, the feeling lasts for a few seconds after, because I feel like, oh, Stranger Things, and then at some point I was like, not really.
You didn't think it was like the upside down?
Not after.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely up to interpretation. So what's your interpretation of it? What did you think it was? Because we talked about briefly, we talked about it afterwards. I thought it could have been an alien organism that is experienced this way.
Yeah, but like they didn't explain properly. I think that's why they're gonna have a second one, because her mom was like, they are everywhere.
I never, ever said you could go outside. It's no good. They're all over the place.
That's what I really didn't understand, was there's almost a
therapist.
There's almost a switch of protagonist midway through the movie.
Yeah.
It starts out as Clark, the furniture store owner we were talking about, but he's going to see this therapist throughout the film until he gets completely stuck in the Backrooms. And she kind of takes over as the protagonist in the second half of the movie. So there's a flashback to her as a kid, and that's what really confused me, because her mom had the windows all like newspapered up so she couldn't see out properly.
Those paranoid people.
She was like a paranoid agoraphobic is what I would have guessed, but she said they're always watching.
They're all over the place.
And I thought she was just crazy.
Everywhere.
They're everywhere and they're always watching. I think that's what she said.
They're all over the place.
And so she wouldn't let the kid go outside. And I thought it was her just being crazy, but then all of a sudden, and I don't know if this is the kid, I don't know, maybe she was dreaming or something, but the door blows in, like it explodes, like there's some sort of, it seemed like a force blew it open. I thought a car crashed into it for a second, but there was nothing there. It just explodes in, like something comes in.
I think that was just someone that came in to save her. Because right after that showed her mom in a like mental hospital.
That's an awful heavy-handed way of rescuing a kid, blowing the door in. But I mean, it could be. I mean, who knows? Maybe.
Did you see what she did with the door? She piled lots of.
Yeah, there's a.
That would make it, to me, it would make more sense if the creature, the thing, was her mom.
Yeah.
Because she was the scariest.
Yes, it could have
and
been.
It has the habit of pile like furniture.
Yeah, there's furniture piled up everywhere. in this movie. That mainly is because the Backrooms manifests whoever's in there. Kind of like, and since he's a furniture store owner, of course, there's furniture in there. But yeah,
like the amount of clothes. What is there was like 2 people that they sent that to research the place.
Yes, yeah. There's a scene where there's like a big pile of clothes in one of the Backrooms, one of the like lower level ones. Like,
also, why did like the assistant and her boyfriend didn't turn out to be a thing like the older creature was? Why did they
Maybe it takes time. She's talking about, there's a scene where Clark, the furniture store owner, he takes in his 2 employees to go on like an expedition. He calls it for research, and they both get killed, and they're just dead. But like Annie was saying, typically the people who go into this place, they become something else.
Part of it.
They get all like they get absorbed into it essentially.
Yeah.
And so why didn't they? Like that's a kind of a plot question, I guess. But who knows? Maybe there isn't time. Maybe it's because.
Do you know what I thought? I was observing, I was like, maybe that thing killed people who moved this stuff, like the furniture, who touched something. Because Clark, he came and he moved it, like the both chair at the beginning, and then he going inside all of the way, and he moved.
Didn't kill him,
but didn't kill him.
No.
And didn't kill the tried to, but like the boyfriend of his assistant.
Yeah, one of the employees.
They didn't, like, he touched the shirt. He got up some. You saw. You thought there was a person, that was actually that.
Yeah, there was just a picture. Yeah, there's a one of the creepiest things in the movie is that there's like this, and this is what kind of made me think.
It's a prehistoric guy. Why?
Yeah, it's like a caveman, a cutout, like a advertising cutout with a recording box on it that's playing greetings in several different languages, like Japanese, Russian.
And why is not a modern guy? Why what the meaning?
That's probably just from like some store that had that as a mascot. It's not really
had
explained.
Like tons of. No, I'm talking about
that particular cutout.
Yeah. Why is it like the caveman?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's not really.
And they have tons of it.
Yeah, at the end, it's revealed that they have a ton. So the big reveal at the end is that there's a corporation that's monitoring or researching these back rooms, and it's very similar again to Stranger Things. I thought, like at the very end, we won't spoil the lead up to the end, but at the end, the therapist lady, she ends up getting out of the back rooms. Sort of, it seems like.
Yeah.
She's in the office of this company, this research corporation or whatever they are, that's investigating the backrooms. And you think that she's out, where she's interviewing them, but then it turns out that the guy interviewing her from the company he basically admits that they don't know how to get out of there. So they're all stuck in there too. So it's really weird because that wasn't
a background. Is he stuck in there because he was also with his family? Yeah,
he was watching. That's the other thing though, is I wonder if time is distorted as well. Like with regards to like, maybe it's a not in chronological order in some spots. I don't know. Because there's a part where what she's talking about is the scientist guy, the research guy that's talking to the therapist lady. He is watching TV at one point during because there's a camera in the back room that they have set up, this company had set up, and they see the first time Clark, the furniture store owner, goes in there, they're watching him. You see them watching him. And then there's a scene later on in the movie, kind of the midway point, where that same scientist guy that was watching him on the camera is eating dinner and watching TV with his family, and he recognizes him from his commercial, because Clark, the furniture store guy, has a commercial where he dresses up as a pirate. And that
which gave us the idea that place is connected to some other spots, like there is some other portal where you can get in, because that seems like it's the first time he sees Clark at the furniture store.
Yeah. So and that's weird too. I'm wondering now, just the thought occurred to me, is his family in there too? Do they just live in a house in the back room?
I don't think so.
Like, I don't know. I mean, it's very open to interpretation. It's a bit too. I like stuff that's open to interpretation, but this is a lot.
That's way too much.
They left. That's my main gripe with the movie, is that they left too much to interpretation. There should have been a bit more. Like, I'm not just a popcorn munching idiot that needs everything to be spelled out for me, but I would like a little bit.
That's something that you catch. You're like, oh,
yeah, it's just
that
too open.
Doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. It's totally left to your own interpretation to what happens. Even the ending, like what is she at the end? The therapist, is she dead? Is that why there's a version of her that has like 4 eyes? Like,
and he was looking to somebody else. She was making questions to him, like, where am I? What are you gonna do with me? And he was just looking to those.
He looked at the two-way mirror.
Yeah.
He said, that's not up to me.
Yeah.
So he's not the one in charge, but I mean, that could be his superiors
He
or
seems
whatever.
like pretty chill, actually, because the Stranger Things
Yeah,
doctor, they were like,
yeah, he was quite friendly with her,
Yeah.
which I wasn't expecting.
also, why did they stop to do those machine? How's the name of the machine?
Oh, MRI? No.
MRI machine.
Oh yeah, the MRI machine. Yeah, that's
So what
how
is the
this.
connection of the MRI machine with
So
that?
it's explained at some point. The company that's researching this, they used to be the manufacturer of MRI machines.
And then he kind of highlight, we used to.
Yeah, we used to do it. So then it's alluding to the fact that an MRI machine somehow opened up this portal. That's what I took from it, at least, and sucked the whole company in. That's why I think they're all stuck in there. And
I don't think they're stuck in there.
I think they are, because that's why he said we used to do that, because they're stuck in there. All they can do is try, like he keeps saying, we just want to find out a little bit more, anything more we can find out. That's why he's interviewing the therapist at the end, because they're just trying to figure it out, probably
I think
how
it's
to get out
because
of there.
science people with the research, they don't have limits. They just need more. They need to figure it out. They didn't answer. So that's what they do.
Could be, yeah, it could be just an obsession. But
Talking about obsession,
no, we're not. That was a great throw, but man, you're up for a raise. What's 0 plus 15%?
ridiculous.
Yeah, we're gonna get into obsession next, but I want to say one more thing about this movie. Was it aliens? Because they say people of Earth at the end. The recording that we mentioned, that talk box that was on that cutout, it is all saying hello, a greeting in English, and in other languages, and then when it gets to the one in English, it says greetings, people of Earth. So that to me,
Makes sense.
like, is it aliens?
Another thing, is it like some sort of virus that goes into your mind? Does actually that Backrooms place exist, or is it just something?
Yeah, that was another thing that I was curious about halfway through the movie, and now you bring it up again. Did it even exist? Did any of that happen? Are they just laying on the floor, foaming at the mouth? Like, is it just they come in contact with this alien beast?
But why would
entity?
Clark have more control to the situation at the beginning than?
Maybe that was his fantasy. Like maybe that was his in his brain, right? Like
Why
maybe
they
it's
get in
happening.
contact and they're just cross minds? I don't know.
Maybe this, yeah, that's what I was saying, is that maybe the entity, alien or otherwise, anyone who comes within the proximity of it gets sucked into it. Like that's what I was thinking. But anyway, it's all open to interpretation. Nobody knows. The filmmaker, I doubt, will ever actually explain it, because typically when there's something this ambiguous, they don't ever explain it.
Yeah, especially because look at the amount of people like us that would go to the internet search for what it meant.
Yeah, now I'm
Right.
interested, because we were going to watch afterwards, we were going to watch one of the Backrooms ending explained videos last night, but you didn't want to because you thought it might taint our recollection of it, which is probably good. But I'm very interested to see what other people said about it now.
I'm very interested to see my paycheck.
Your paycheck, right. You know what? It's in the back room. I'll go grab it. All right, as promised, we have found one of the crew members who got lost in the back rooms, because he's our crew member. Behind the scenes Ben, come forth and become on camera Ben for the first time.
I didn't get lost.
You got out of the back rooms.
I got out of the back
So
room.
Ben does RLX.
Yes.
And so what did you do on the Backrooms movie?
So what I did on set was I didn't really help out too much with the rigging, but I did the D-rig. I did a few days of the D-rig.
And for the uninitiated, what is the D-rig?
The D-rig is taking down all the lights and all the electrical, anything to do with the electrical.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And that's what he does with us as well, the
yes.
electrics.
Yes.
And like the set was massive, which is why people got lost.
Yeah.
So was it an actual soundstage, or was it like in some warehouse somewhere?
It was a jerry-rigged sound stage. It was a huge warehouse that they customized, and they obviously built the soundproofing and all of that.
But it wasn't a dedicated soundstage. It was
No.
actually in a warehouse that they had rented or something.
Yes.
So you mentioned that you didn't know about Backrooms going in. How blind did you go in? Did you know it was like a freaky deaky horror movie, or did you even have any clue what you were working on?
I had no idea what I was working on. I was like, oh, get that money, let's go. And then I went to this warehouse in Queensboro, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, this is an actual like set studio. So I walk in and I just saw a bunch of different rooms. They had two stages. They had stage 1 and then they had stage 2, and they were huge, and there were different like sets set in each stage.
I had a question about the lighting specifically, because that movie has a very distinct look to it. It's a slightly overexposed and yellow tinted. I would assume that's all done in post. Was any of that live? Was it any of that the lighting? Was it like yellowish?
It was. As soon as you walk in, it's yellowish.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what it was there were light fixtures above. They'd build this box, and then this box would have a tint on it, which would illuminate yellow, and it was just like a natural yellow. It made the room look all tungsten-y.
So it was actually pretty old school the way they did the approach then.
Yes.
Okay, last question before we get into your epic journey through the Backrooms, getting lost in the Backrooms. Did you see like the whole set? Were you only working on part of it? Did you see any of the really weird rooms, like the one with the slope that goes to the point, or the ones with the half walls?
Yes. So one thing I like to do when I go to a new set, I just like to explore just to see how everything looks, what sets they have. I walked around, and like there were rooms that looked identical. I'm in this stage on this set, but then I have to go to this stage on this set, and they're identical. And now I'm going through here, and then it was like one huge maze. Like it was interesting. And then there were like props, and you'd go to a room, and then it'd be like a big room, and then there's like a bunch of props in the middle of the room, all scrambled up.
Furniture and shit
just
like that.
Furniture and all of that scrambled up. And then the room you were talking about with the point, that was actually really cool, because it just like everything looks, I bet on screen it looks like really big, but it's very small.
Really?
The rooms were tiny.
Really?
Yeah.
So you going in not knowing anything, you must have been like, what the
I
fuck?
was confused. I was like, what is this? And then they were telling me, oh yeah, it's the Backrooms. It's supposed to be a scary movie. Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty scary.
Yeah, so you really knew nothing going into this.
I did not know anything.
Didn't even know it was a horror movie.
I did not know it was a horror movie.
Okay, now let's get to the true horror. Tell us your harrowing tale of survival in the Backrooms. Tell me about getting lost.
I was lost a few times, and like there was one time I was lost for lunch. I was coming out of lunch, and I was just walking around in circles, like, where do I, like, how do I, until I really set in, and I was like looking at like the cables that we had, they had.
You had to follow the cables.
I had to
back.
follow cables. I had to follow like, our like DMXs, the numbering and everything. So.
And I guess there's no people around to like ask where the hell you're going, because it's so big, right?
Yeah. So, there were a few people, but not.
Probably also lost.
It was scattered. Like it's offset, right? It's not while they're filming, so the crews are like all spread out. Some crews are together. They're doing their own thing somewhere else, and I'm here alone in this room by myself trying to take down this light fixture. I take it down, and then I get out and I walk here, and I'm like, oh, where's Johnny? But Johnny is all the way over.
Johnny's lost too.
Johnny's
it's so huge too, and it all looks the same.
Yeah.
So that must have been so difficult to like figure a way out at the end of the day every day.
It kind of got easier as I kept on going, and like I'm just like, okay, this is stage 2. This is that pathway leads to this and this. So eventually you
almost have to make a map. That's what the guy does in the movie. He makes a map at one point. So I can picture you doing that shit too.
Honestly, the set design was great. The way they designed it, the way they did it, it was like It was like you're in an escape room. Like
Yeah.
you were playing escape room.
Yeah,
at
that's
work.
essentially what the movie was. Just one
Yeah.
big escape room.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Did you get a little bit of high before you went in there? That must have blew your fucking mind. You must have been like, did that really happen?
I think that's what contributed.
Yes, probably. I'm sure that there's probably some high motherfuckers still lost in the back rooms right now.
100%.
So there you have it. A harrowing tale of survival by our boy Ben here. So go see Backrooms if you haven't seen it yet. This man worked on it.
Yeah.
That should be enough for you right there. So we give it, well, actually in our review, we gave it 1 thumb up, 1 thumb down. She didn't like it. Sorry, dog. Yeah. But yeah, it was a decent movie. I think it's definitely worth a watch at the very least. And you need to go see it because you haven't seen it yet.
I do. It normally, like, when I work on the movies I work on, I don't know. I never really see them, but
this one I think you should.
I've heard a lot about this. I think I'm gonna go see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and you too, go see it right now. Stop watching this video. For behind the scenes Ben, I am in front of the camera Chris.
Yeah.
I don't know. Signing off.